become a better father. I got a 6-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be a representation of her. I gotta be the man that she, when she gets old enough to start dating or something, that she be like, all right, this is what I want you gotta be like my father. You know what I'm saying? And you know, in the process of doing that, I'm also just doing my best to instill certain qualities in her. You know what I'm saying? Like integrity and honesty, and like even a little lie is not a good lie. Like integrity, like you gotta do the right thing when nobody is looking. You know what I'm saying? And respect. You know what I'm saying? Lead with respect, lead with love. You know what I'm saying? But it's the reason why I ask her every day, like, tell me 3 things about yourself that you love. Tell me 3 things about yourself that you're grateful for. You know, why do we do that? Right? We do that because in the world, I mean, social media is only going to get bigger. Social media is only going to dictate more. I think I just bought a book the other day. Let me see something. I just bought a book the other day, man. It was a dope book. Right here. Just bought this book the other day, right? What's up, Floozy? I just bought this book the other day, man. The book is called Raising Positive Kids in a Negative World, right? And one of the things it says is, a child needs to know he's special. This idea is tremendously important. Richard Green, a dynamic businessman, has taken an effective and a unique approach with his children. Both are adopted, and so the Greens celebrate 2 birthdays. One is the date of birth, the other is the date of adoption. This communicates to Creed and Brooke that they are very special and makes their adoption a plus with the resonant boost to their self-images. Creed, who is 6, Brooke, who is 3, are also given some other special treatments. When Creed was 4 years old, Greens established a night each week specifically for him. If he was good that week, he earned the right to do whatever he wanted within reason and his special night. One of the things he wanted to do, we was going to discount department store and watch The Fist, right? And so it's just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know when a moment of a few sincere words can impact a life. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. You know what I'm saying? Faith is your responsibility to God's ability, right? We teach by not teaching, right? The need for balance. This is a good book, you know what I'm saying? What positive thing and the negative thing to do. So I think it's a good book, man, because, you know, I just be wanting to do that. Like, so it says in here, at Father's Road, the most, ooh, I don't want to say this. This may hurt some people's feelings right here. All right. Let me say this, man. It's the book, like Raising Positive Kids in a Negative World. That's just the name of the book. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. I ain't gonna talk about that because y'all be trying to cancel people when they talk about stuff like that. Right? This one is watch the tone and voice. Many times our children test us. They're checking our authority and attempting to see if we will give in or let them get by with something. However, once the rules and limits have been firmly established, the children are comfortable within them and graceful for those limits. Right? The tone of voice you use in giving instructions is using denials is extremely important. The primary thing is that your voice, which is your most effective communicative tool, should by its tone and its inflection communicate authority, but also at the same time love, concern for the child. It will require work, sensitivity, discipline on your part. But there's one more reason why we need our best minds and most loving people at home. When you have to say no, you should say it in the most cases after some reflection. The more often you change from a no to a yes, the more likely your child is going to test you on all your no's. This leads to an ongoing conflict and battles and width, which is time-consuming, energy destructive, and confidence destroying as far as the child's ability and willingness to accept the fact that parent really is an authority figure who is in control. Right? in the book is not your word. Say what the book says. Nah, just sometimes you gotta just leave certain stuff alone. Yeah. You gotta just leave certain stuff alone. You know what I'm saying? There's another one, right? Give hugs and say I love you. Right? Until the family problems are solved, the crime problem will never be solved. Damn, that's heavy. Until the family problem is solved, the crime problem will never be solved. I refer primarily to this point to the father-son relationship. Bill Glass, the former NFL all-world player for the Detroit Lions, has had a prison ministry for years. He has been literally hundreds of jails and has talked with thousands of prison individuals. 93% of the incarcerated men, Bill said, have never talked to a man in a prison that thoroughly loved his father. Most of them hated their fathers, and they took out their hatred among themselves through thugs, drugs, and alcohol. One of the top personal conflicts in prison said after several years, prisoners hated the idea of having an absentee father. However, the percentage of men who accepted cards from their father felt better. Most men never established a relationship with their father where they gave a Father's Day card or received one. Right? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So I just read a lot, man. I be reading so much stuff because I never feel like I know it all. Right? Like, and I think that's one of the things that hurt us on this journey is as adults, we get to a certain age, man. And we get to a certain age, man, and we just feel like we know it all. And then what happens is you become bounded by what you know and what you don't know. You become anchored to it. Right? Yeah, man. Like, those little things are so important. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, one of the reasons why I'm a great father was because I didn't have a father. And I've learned to like love my daughter, like with my daughter, I'm super authoritative. Like, I'm like, yo, you know, I speak to her with that authoritative approach. And one day I had to tell her, like, yo, I'm not your friend. I'm your father. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, damn. Like, she hit that. Yeah, I was like, yo. And so what happens is, you know, because I never had a father, and I think about a lot of men that was in prison with me who didn't have fathers, that can be key. And I remember having a time where I reflected on myself, and because I never met my father, right, I remember times where I reflected on my life, and I was like, damn, like, I wonder where I get this attitude from. I wonder where I get this mindset from. I wonder where I get this from. It must be from my father, right? And so what happened was, I said, okay, in teaching my daughter, like, I'm going to give her boundaries. I'm going to love her so much. I'm going to pour into her, but I got to let her know, like, yo, I'm your father. Like, I'm not your, I don't want to be, like, your best friend. Like, you my daughter. Like, we going to vibe, we going to talk. I'm going to always be here for you. And I told a friend of mine this today, or this morning, I said, there's going to be a point in my life when my daughter going to let me down. Right? There's going to be a point in my life. Right? There's going to be a point in my life where my daughter lets me down. And it's not going to be intentionally. Right? It's going to be a point in life where everything I taught her, right? Everything I taught her and everything I've instilled in her, like, she's going to develop her own process. Right? She's going to develop her own thoughts. She's going to develop her own concepts. Right? And we hope that the principles and the foundations that we set are enough. Right? We hope that the principles and the foundations that we set are enough. And because I already see that, I'm like, I bet, like, how do I prepare for that? Like, I'm preparing myself for that. Right? And she's only 6 right now, but because you never know when that moment is going to be. Right? But at the same time, you don't get mad at her for that. You're like, I bet, like, okay, cool. Right? And how do I become a Millie Billy by tomorrow? Shit, I don't know. Make a wish. Go find a genie. Find a genie in a bottle. But you become okay with that, right? You become okay with like, I bet, like, you know, at some point she's going to disappoint me, right? At some point there, and it's not for me to not let her go through that process, right? It's okay for me to not let her go through that process. And so one of the things we talk about often is it's okay to make mistakes. So now we talk about this, right? We talk about this like, yo, it's okay to make mistakes. Because one of the things I realized was when we were doing math and we were doing reading and we were doing certain things, like she would be scared to mess up. And like when she would mess up, she would shrink. Right? So I had to tell her, okay, boom, as a father, all right, cool, bet. I see she's shrinking when she feel like she don't know something. Like she feel like she's shrinking because, all right, cool, babe, look, check this out, Stank, come here, look. Say this word. It's okay to make mistakes. She's 6, right? It's okay to make mistakes. Because you make a mistake don't mean you're no less than what you were before, right? It's okay to get an answer wrong, right? It's okay to get an answer wrong. It's okay to make a mistake, right? But what I don't want you to do is shrink, right? I don't want you to shrink because you made a mistake. I don't want you to shrink because you don't know something. Here's what we're going to do. Like, we're going to prepare for it, right? We're going to give it our best shot, right? And we're going to sound these words out, right? We're going to use our fingers when we're trying to count these numbers, right? We don't got to try to think it off your head, right? And if you make the mistake, it's okay. We're going to walk through why we made a mistake, right? And so now, you know, her thing is like, I'm making her now like, don't lower your tone, like speak from your stomach. Like, give me that energy when you speaking, right? Give me that confidence. I need confidence in everything you do. Like, I don't care what you do, I need you to be confident. If you're gonna do it wrong, do it with confidence because you felt like you made the right decision, right? Because the one thing I don't want you to do is make a decision. I ask you why you did it, you tell me I don't know. That's gonna make me more mad because now I'm raising you to be a thinker. So if you make a decision, you say, I don't know, now we got an issue. Even if you make a wrong decision, I want you to have a logical explanation on why you made that decision. Right? And so now it's, you know, you hope and you pray that you're installing the right things in your kids as they grow. Right? Do it with confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it with confidence. Say it with confidence. I don't know. Okay, cool. Say, hey, Daddy, I don't know that one right now. Okay, why don't we know it? Didn't we go over it already? Yes, we did. Okay, so that means you know it. But I need you to, if you have the confidence, and use your mental Rolodex to go back through it, right? So we like, I do a lot of talking with my baby. Hey, baby, I'm talking about you right now. Yo, why is this on your head? What are you doing? Say, I need you to cover this up. Okay. Come on, yo, put your bonnet on the right way. Cover your thing. All right, you want to take it off? All right, come on. Because you look like you're having a bad day with this. All right, there you go. Golly, you beautiful. I guess. Can I get a guess? Oh, want some on the camera? All right, come on.
I saw that. I'm wiping off that.
Don't wipe my kiss off. Do not wipe my kiss off.
I already did.
That's so phony.
Because you...
All right, I got it. You